Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing a vintage young adult horror book haul. Like books like the Christopher Pike, Point Horror, Fear Street, all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So first off, I'll get into the Christopher Pike books that I bought. So we've got The Immortal, really good cover. It's one of the US editions, I believe. It's got the embossed text, blue spine, and there's the back. I'm planning on doing reviews on all of these. Sorry about that. Next up, we've got an omnibus, which is chained together, also by Christopher Pike, which has chain letter and chain letter 2. Great cover art on this one. I really like it. It's very simple, but it's very good. I like the color scheme. There's the spine, not really broken. There's the back. Yeah, it's good. I like these books because they're like short. They're good palate cleansers for like after you read something really brutal in the extreme horror industry or genre, I suppose. Don't know what the fuck that sound was. Anyway, Spellbound. This is one of my favorite covers. It's great artwork. The eyes in the clouds is always a great addition. One of my favorite tropes in horror cover artwork. That's Spellbound. I don't know if I already said that. This one sounds very interesting. I actually do want to read this one very soon. Then we have Monster, which is a great cover too, including the eyes. And I really like the words, how it's spelled out in blood. That's very unique. I don't think I have a book cover that has that yet. Or besides this one. There's the back. It's all these books, all Christopher Pike books sound like very kind of like if Richard Lehman wrote for young adult, especially Die Softly. This one, I don't know if that was an intended step backer, but I mean, who knows. This is 200 pages. He writes the longer young adult horror books, but you can definitely tell just by the first sentence that this 90s young adult was wild. Like, I even like flipped through the other day and like found a couple of sex scenes, which was like, damn, did not know they had them in young adult books. Nowadays, it's like there's not many sex scenes, if any at all, and it's gone really just romance, like lovey-dovey and all that shit. And that's why I don't read young adult, because it's just not what young adult used to be, like this style. I've never read this style. Well, I have. I've read a couple Fear Street books, and I did really enjoy them back when I did read them, which was only like a year ago. Anyway, here we have the final Christopher Pike book, which is called The Lost Mind. It's a very battered edition. It's very, very broken, very muddled up. The spine is very bent, so this edition was very well loved. It's very interesting sounding book. Okay, now we're getting into my own one and only Fear Street book. Very looking forward to reading this. I have a couple R.L. Stine books. Well, I've got two. I may as well show them both because both by the same author, but one is in the Point Horror series. So the Fear Street book we have is Sunburn. This looks really interesting. I always love books set in like a beach or an island or something like that, which is why I'm going to be reading Island by Richard Lehman very soon. And yeah, it's always very interesting, in my opinion. There's the interior, which I don't know why, but I'm very, for some reason, fascinated about that. Next up, we've got Blind Date, which is one of my favorite covers. I found many editions of this book, but I had to get it with this exact cover because I love it just looks so 80s in that kind of video nasty style, if that makes any sense. It's a great cover. I'm very interested to read it. The pages are very thick though. I did just buy a bulk lot of 12 or 11 R.L. Stine books from the Point Horror series. And then speaking of Point Horror, I'm coming to the final 3 books, or final 5 books if you want to put it. If you want to, I'm bad at my words, can you guys tell? Anyway, The Waitress by Sinclair Smith. Very short one. I think this is the shortest Point Horror book. It's at 130 pages, I believe. So that'll be good to fly through. Next up is one that I don't think many collectors of Point Horror have. I saw it the other day and I was just like, you know what? I want to read this. This looks interesting. So I bought it. It was like $10. The Emergency Room, or well, Emergency Room by Caroline B. Cooney. I love the cover art. I love anything to do with hospitals for some reason. It's like one of those weird things of mine. They're really creepy, but they also feel like kind of cozy. That's very weird. I think it's because like when I was a baby, I was in hospital a lot. Yeah, I was a weird baby. But yeah, there's back, the interior. All Point Horror books seem to have the same kind of font. And the very, very final Point Horror book is an anthology, or well, omnibus, binding up 3 novels of the Point Horror series. So we've got The Dead Game, The Stranger, and Call Waiting. There's the spine. It's a thick book. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reading each of these. I'm probably going to do an individual review on each book. But yeah, so that's all for the books. I mean, I've gotten some other books in the mail. Just like a Dean Koontz and a Richard Langham, but you've probably seen that if you see my community posts. But yeah, I am definitely looking forward to reading these. I'm probably going to read many of them very soon. They seem to be very short. Let me see if I can put them in the frame at all. This is going to be difficult. But yeah, I do want to read them very soon. I find the books very interesting. And now that I have a good selection of them, I can read plenty of them. Which one will I start with? I don't know. I haven't been reading for the last few days, but I'm gonna be getting back into it because I read quick. I just need to kind of sit down and do it and stop being lazy. You know how it is, laziness. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be all for this video. Thank you guys a lot for watching, and I will see you guys for another video soon. Take care.